Zombie apocalypse.
What is up, guys and gals and guys? That is right. Darius wants to challenge Andromeda for her spot as the best common fragger. Although nobody tell Andromeda, but I'm not sure she has it as secured as you think whenever Queen Unicorn's running around doing what she's doing. Okay, but I digress. Anyways, guys, today we're doing Darius versus Andromeda. First, the character gets the most kills in a real match will be declared the winner and currently the best common card. But as I said, Queen Unicorn might have a thing to say about it. We'll find out in the future. Now, before we begin the video, please do me a huge favor, guys. Leave a like, comment, and also subscribe, as your support is genuinely appreciated, and I cannot do this without your guys' help. Also, guys, did you know I have a creator code? Use creator code SPACEUNICORN in the item shop. It's 10% of every purchase goes to me directly, helps me pay bills, and get ahead on things and upgrade the setup. Also, guys, leave your suggestions in the comments down below. You never know, one of yours might be my next video. Now, with that being said, let's get into this video and let's see the tale of the tapes. First up, we have Darius. The key points, the takeaways you want to have for Darius is this. He has a lot more health than Andromeda. Both these characters have double frag powers as well. So they're going in maxed out. And honestly, they're very, very similar with the levels. 11 Darius, level 13 Andro. Andromeda, key advantages for this particular character, faster fire rate and more damage. She does do more damage than Darius at the same level. It's not by much, but it is a little bit. The real thing is, though, the fire rate and the projectile speed is very different. Alrighty, guys, now we're going to get into these matches. First up, we're going to be using Darius, the newer character. What does Darius bring to the table that gives you an advantage over your opponents? A couple of things right off the rip. He has a really large health pool for the type of card that he is. It actually is one of the largest for the size hitbox this character has. At 500 at level 11, he is basically a pseudo tank and is able to be played as such. This allows you to take a lot of damage and really kind of work the field of play a bit more easy. Second thing you want to note, guys, this character does really good damage. He has a huge splash radius of 2.5 meters, and it doesn't have a lot of drop-off like it does with some of the other characters. There is a few other side notes with primary fire, though, that you need to be aware of whenever you're going to play this character. The projectile speed on this character is very low, and this is going to cause you to have to lead your shots quite a bit more. So if you struggle with manual fire, this card may not be the card for you, but if you're willing to learn it, this card can be a huge advantage for your lineup. So what else do we have with Darius? He has a very unique ultimate ability, a slide tackle that allows him to stun whoever he sees on his foot. What I mean by that, if I hit them with the slide tackle, not only do they get knocked back, it's tons of fun to kick people off the map, I'm just saying, but they also take damage and are stunned and are slowed for a few seconds. It is very long, guys. And honestly, I'm not sure it's going to remain that way, as I have heard some rumors about a possible nerf coming to the Darius ultimate ability. But overall, guys, this card is very, very good. And what you're seeing here is a playstyle very good for slaying. And honestly, you can base rush with this guy. He does good tower damage as well. And honestly, he's a very well-rounded card. This card is arguably a top 10 card. There's a few cards that kind of slip into that top 10. He's one of them that could make a case for it. And with that being said, though, he's an extremely good slayer, so he will be part of a lot of very competent lineups. Is he part of the meta lineup in Frag? Only time will tell. People are getting really good with him, and that's expected whenever a card's had some time out on the field for people to learn and master that card's ability. Honestly, though, this card overall, very, very solid card, and I think he's going to put up a very hard number for Andromeda to beat. Like I said, guys, it is important to note that while Andromeda is 2 levels higher, statistically, they are almost exactly the same at this level. What does that mean? It means they're very close on fire rate, very close on damage, and very close on output. Now, why don't we get into the veteran? The card that was untouched for so long until recently whenever they reduced the splash radius. Alrighty, here comes Andromeda. What can we say about Andromeda? Andromeda had a long stay in meta. She was thinking about buying real estate next to Lucha there for a little bit. That's how long she had been in meta. And honestly, It's pretty easy to understand why. She has huge damage, a very quick projectile for a splash projectile, a huge splash radius of 2.5, and honestly a good vertical movement which can get you out of trouble in a pinch. Same thing with Darius's ult though, guys, keep that in mind. Darius can get out of trouble very quickly as well. Now, is Andromeda better than Darius? That's a tricky one to answer. So as far as this lineup goes, though, really the only advantage Andromeda has on paper over Darius is fire rate. Now, that's something to note, guys. Darius has more health, more consistent damage, a very same size clip, I think, actually, if I remember correctly, and same size splash damage. So basically, almost everything that Andromeda can do, Darius can do. But there's a couple of X factors with Andromeda that need to be noted and taken care of if you're going to compare these two cards. And that being, Andromeda's projectile is much faster, requiring less of a lead whenever firing, hitting your shots more consistently, and that really aids you whenever you're trying to get into these tight fights and win these tight engagements. This guy's Lily rushing. That is not peak Lily skill there, guys, I'm afraid. So, overall though, guys, Andro is an exceptional card that will benefit you in your lineup. She does really good tower damage, really good character damage, and doesn't require much skill in the aiming department as she has a 2.5 meter splash radius. And honestly, this really comes down to who's going to be the king of splash. Like I said in the beginning though, there may be a defensive card that wants to make a play for this as well. Now, it is also important to note, guys, these are not the only cards that kind of fill this splash niche, or high damage niche. There's a bunch of them, and honestly I would say that there is an even better comparison with Duncan to Andro than there is for Darius, as Darius is more of a tanky slayer, Andro is more of a finesse. Think of it like a hammer versus a scalpel, and honestly the scalpel, if maximized and played correctly, is going to do a bit more damage. This blunt force versus precise, you know what I mean? And that's what you're going to find out here. I suspect I'm going to get more kills with Andromeda just because of the way the firing mechanic works, the projectile speed, so on and so forth. Keep in mind, Darius had 13, and honestly, I feel like this is going to be a 14 or a 15 kill. Just a suspicion. But both these opponents that we are facing are very close level as well, making it honestly a pretty darn good comparison for slaying potential with these two cards. Get him, nice. But as a whole, guys, if you were to ask me who am I taking, I don't think you can go wrong with either of these characters, as they will both benefit you if you were looking for that card to go and get the kills with on your opponent. Now, we are very curious to see how this many kills Andromeda gets. Come on, baby, show us the kill totals. We want the kill totals. 1, 2, and here we go. Drum roll, who's the winner? And the winner with 15 kills is Andromeda. Wow, why did Andromeda win? Real quick, guys, it's because of the fire rate and the projectile. The projectile is just quicker, and it allows you to do more damage more consistently. That is why Andromeda has defeated Darius this time around. Thank you for coming, stay safe, and I will see you legends next time.